I'm Teresa. I'm going to be taking you through 6 of my favorite poses for insomnia. So I go through patches of great, restful, amazing sleep, and then the minute I'm slightly stressed or I can't shut my mind off and I worry and I feel anxious, I tend to fall asleep and wake up in the middle of the night and struggle to go back to sleep. So invariably I will do a couple of the following asanas, or I might even do all of them. I add some, I mix them up, but this is a really short, sweet routine that you can do that'll take 5 to 10 minutes max before you go to bed, or even if you wake up in the middle of the night. So coming to start, we're going to start in Balasana, child's pose. Okay, my big toes are touching at the back, dropping the glutes onto the heels and gently pressing the hands and walking them out forward. Forehead rests down onto the mat, and we're staying here for 5 breaths. So feel free to play with hand position. You can press into the fingertips. Maybe you want to have your hands tucked at your side. Remember, this is a restorative practice, so it's all about what feels good for your body right now. Gently taking the hands forward, coming to find a tabletop position, checking that your hands are stacked underneath your shoulders. Knees are about hip width and also directly under your hips. So we're going to move through cat and cow. So rounding up, pressing the thoracic spine up, tucking the chin. Exhale, round out. Inhale, coming up into cow pose. And exhale, pressing back. So you can do a combination of 5 to 10 flowing from your cat into your cow. Good. Slow and steady with the breath. You can start to work into the Ujjayi breath, which is inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Yes, you start to hear slight noise as the air presses to the back of the throat, particularly on the exhalation. Let's go one more of each. Inhale. Notice my chin position. And exhale. Just come back to your neutral spine, to your tabletop position. You're going to walk your hands out a little bit further in front, preparing for happy puppy. So this is a combination of downward dog and child's pose. So wiggle your knees back a little bit if you want to. Dropping my forehead, I'm releasing through the arms, rotating through the biceps, but I'm keeping my glutes up this time, okay? So pressing the tailbone up towards the ceiling, walk the hands forward and melt the forehead down to the floor. Two more breaths. Inhale, gently look up, press through the hands and walk them back. So the next posture we're going to be doing is legs up the wall. This is a great position and really restorative and relaxational, good to calm the mind. You can stay here for a minimum of 5 breaths, but anything 5 to 10 minutes. I've been known to fall asleep in this position, so who knows, anything is possible. What's important is we're going to take the tailbone and the glutes flush to the wall. Have a slight curve in the lower spine, okay, just enough to take any excess pressure. Toes stay flexed up against the wall, okay, a little bit active just so there's enough to keep them active, and let the weight of the quads drop into the sit bones. So come to press right up against the wall. Remember, tiny little curve in the small of the back. You can use blankets, bolsters, cushions, anything to lift if you're feeling like there's a little bit of a niggle in the lower back. You can't see my toes, but they're drawing down towards me. So again, just keeping a little bit of active muscle work in the legs, letting that weight drop through the hip bones. Coming to rest, you can have palms facing up, palms facing down, resting on your lower belly. Chin tucks in very gently towards the chest. And as I mentioned before, you're here for anything from 5 to 10 breaths. If you're anything like me, you might find it relaxing and quietening enough to fall asleep. So when you're ready to come out, you can either roll onto your right hand side and gently press your way back, or bending your knees in towards your chest and wiggling yourself out, and we can do upper foot so you can see. Hips are open, feet turned out, nice and loose, nice and relaxed. Palms turned upwards, hands are away from the body, so you've got a distance away from the midline. Slightly tuck the chin into the chest, okay, not placing strain on the neck. And while you're here, we're going to start to work and become mindful of our belly breathing. So if you're new to this, place your hand on your lower abdominals, so somewhere just beneath your belly button and your pubic bone. So as you inhale, move the air and draw it into the lower belly so you can start to feel that hand rising up. As you exhale, draw it out and draw the belly button in towards the spine. So keep going, inhale and exhale. What's quite nice here is to count, and we want to work that our exhalations become longer than our inhalations. So working with a count of 4, you can inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we're working towards is pressing that air all the way down to the lower abdominal, engaging the full action of the diaphragm. A lot of us, particularly when we're stressed or anxious, we breathe in the top of our chest, short and rapid. Okay, so mindful of the breath, mindful of where you're moving the air within your body. So again, staying here for a minimum of 10 breaths. If you've got a little bit more time, stay and relax. When you're ready, you're going to roll onto your right hand side. I'm going to demonstrate on my left. Okay, so you'll use your right arm as a pillow, tucking your knees up. Okay, nice and close. You'll have your left arm in front. I like to stay here for a few breaths, spending a bit more time reconnecting with my body, finding my focus. And when you're ready, gently use your arm to slowly press back up. Coming to find a comfortable seated position. This might be Padmasana, might be full lotus, might be normal cross-legged. Comfortable. Okay. Take the flesh away from underneath, so the sit bones closer to the ground. If you're winding down and preparing to go to sleep, palms are facing down. If you have a day ahead of you and you need to be a little bit more energized, palms are facing up. Okay, so this has been our insomnia practice, so I'm going to stick with my palms facing down. So drawing the breath in through the nose and exhale, sighing it out through the mouth. Again, drawing in through the nose and exhale, sighing it out through the breath. Last one, inhale through the nose and exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Gently drawing your hands to pray.